The impact of climate change is noticeable throughout Southeast Asia. Experts warn Indonesia, the Philippines and Thailand are at most risk of being overwhelmed by the sea. The three countries are some of the most vulnerable countries to climate change. They have seen more frequent and severe heat waves, floods and extreme weather events in recent years. Rising sea levels are now their biggest threat. Experts warn if the sea level continues to rise at its current rate, even some capital cities like Jakarta, Manila and Bangkok will be submerged in 5 decades. Climate change is seriously affecting North African countries. Water shortages, deforestation and desertification have led to rounds of droughts and floods, making the region one of the most vulnerable areas in the world. Zhang Yajing has the story.
Last year, Morocco recorded a 70% increase in rainfall. It led to flooding in large areas of arable land, but also to a record harvest. But the rain is late in many areas this year. It might be too early to talk about drought, but the country is getting used to cycles of floods and droughts. Heat waves, water problems, decreasing water and air quality, desertification and ground-level ozone are challenging both agriculture and public health. Morocco has recently set up an agency, the High Commission for Water, Forests and Fight Against Desertification, to tackle the problem. It says Morocco is suffering a lot from desertification.
Losses are substantial. In Morocco, we estimate them to be around 2.3 billion Moroccan dirhams. They are incurred because of desertification and changes of the three ecosystems: agricultural lands, lands for herding and forests.
Morocco is not alone. Most Arab countries in North Africa are paying a heavy price for climate change. Low-lying coastal areas in Tunisia, Qatar, Libya, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait and Egypt are at particular risk. For them, the social, economic and ecological impact is expected to be higher than the rest of the world. Much of the progress achieved so far to tackle the global downturn can be jeopardized by climate change. That leads to some frustrating situations.
In 20 years, the world will be different from the one we are living in now. In my opinion, there will be some big losses, not only for the states themselves, but also for the populations.
An increasing level of awareness is growing among all stakeholders in North Africa about the significance of climate change. A latest assessment warns the climate is getting even hotter and drier in most parts of the region. Zhang Yajing, CCTV.
One day ahead of the Copenhagen Climate Summit, every nation has high ambitions for combating climate change, including the Central American country Costa Rica. It's famous for its lush rainforests and sparkling beaches, and currently one of 3 countries, with Norway and the Maldives, seeking to cut net greenhouse gas emissions to 0. The issue is called carbon neutrality. It means a nation can use fossil fuels only if the greenhouse gas emissions are either captured or buried or offset elsewhere. Costa Rica is aiming to be carbon neutral by 2021. The nation already generates almost all electricity from clean hydropower and has more than half of preserved forest cover. The country hopes that its forecasts will qualify for credits under a new UN plan aiming to slow deforestation in developing nations.